Good morning, everyone. This is John Cash Philippi with GNL Voice. I am here today. I'm honored actually to be here today with David Purcell. He's the Vice President of Global Products for Infor, and we're going to talk about Infor's offerings and what's been going on with them. It's just been an incredible journey, so it's a great story to talk about. Dave, why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself?
That's great, John. Thank you so much. I've been with Infor for 19 years. Have done many different things with them, project management and product. And most recently, I was involved with the casino marketplace and have been managing the four primary products that Infor has in the hospitality space, which is the property management system, the sales and event system, the point of sale system, and revenue management. And have been leading the charge with the product managers as we promote those products not only into the casino market, but into the markets on a global basis. And there are approximately 20,000 customers that use our software right now.
Excellent. Yeah, it's such a 25 years ago, it's probably 20, 25, right in there. When I first heard of Infor, it was Infinium. That was the
Yes.
product. That was the only product I knew. Is I think the offering it in 25 years, the expansion of products and offerings that Infor has had has been incredible. I mean, and you kind of went into all the products that you offer in your division, but I saw a ton of others as well when I was doing my research for this. Um, how how do you maintain with that kind of growth? How do you maintain customer service standards as high as Infor has been? Because everybody speaks nothing but high praise for the customer service.
Yeah, we've been very fortunate. So, as you said, Infor started in the gaming world or in the casino world with Infinium, right, which is the back office system. And when Infor purchased a company called Soft Brands back in 2010, they decided that they were going to build a brand new product based upon uh, cloud. And we went down the path and we built out what we call the property management system Infor HMS. And since that time, Infor Hospitality has been a company of acquisitions. So we decided that we would purchase a revenue management system. Then in 2019, we purchased sales and events and our point of sale system. And on a separate track, as you said, John, Infor has many different products out there in the marketplace, whether or not that's a human capital management, workforce management, very large ERPs. And we've been very successful in implementing those systems with our hospitality side at many of the casinos, the larger ones that are in the marketplace right now. And it's all about integrations. We take the time to make sure that as we build out new features and functionality within one specific product, that we can either move the data or give the user access to that data coming from their own home system. And their home system might be a revenue management system, it might be a sales and event system. So rather than having to move data throughout a customer's enterprise, we kind of went down the path of if the user is in their home system, let them access the other systems just within the integrations that we have built within Infor Hospitality.
That's great. I mean, it's API calls and connection to other systems are always a challenge when you go from company to company. It's great when you got an offering that allows you to do your own APIs between your own systems and it's
It does.
clean.
It is, and it actually helps us. All of the team members on the Infor side, they've been very helpful for us, and we can move that data, manage the actual data for the application. So, if a guest is at the hotel, I only have to have one specific profile for that guest, and whether or not that's maintained in the property management system or the sales and event system, I can get to that guest, right? So I don't have to replicate data, which, the minute that you go down the path of replicating data, then it creates so much traffic, right, within the actual hotels and enterprise. And we went down the path of that system of record methodology. So whatever system has the record, let's just go and get that specific information.
I know when I was looking at the HMS product when I was reopening Revel back in I think 2016, it was in its infancy, and my development team was so impressed with the scalability and
Yeah.
the ability to easily connect APIs to it. Uh,
Yeah. So the the HMS system has grown exponentially over the years. That's for sure, right? With the property management systems, right? So we manage four different market segments there. We manage resorts, high touch hotels. We also manage what we call service departments, primarily in the European and the Asia Pacific area. But for sure, the casinos was a market that we had looked at about 5 years ago now. And we said that was a market that we wanted to go into along with the back office piece. And so we went down the path of developing a lot of the comp accounting, uh, developing a lot of the integrations to those very large casino management systems that you have to be able to integrate with. So it did take us approximately 5 years to do all that. And we have been successful in the gaming marketplace, both on the tribal side and then in the commercial side. Our largest customer is we took live in Las Vegas, Nevada, just in December. And that hotel is operating 3,700 rooms. And as you said, the integrations are critical, because there's really not one customer out there, or there's really not one vendor out there that does everything from key locks to telephone management to all of those other systems that have to be in place, within the hotel marketplace in order to make it work. And we've been very fortunate that we have the API sets to connect out to those systems somewhat easy. And we can provide the hotel with a lot of information and a lot of that data exchange, right, to be able to manage their operations. And what we call, in the case of the one in Las Vegas, a super tanker, 3,700 room hotel. And we are extremely proud of having the applications there and doing very, very well for that hotel.
that's amazing. Uh, that's a lot of rooms.
That's a
Uh,
lot of rooms. That's exactly right. And it was interesting because on the go live day, or on the first day, we had approximately 2,500 check-ins. And it went very, very well. They had a huge opening party, and it went exceptionally well for us there in that marketplace. And I think it also showed to especially on the commercial side of gaming, it demonstrated to the marketplace that there is a cloud company out there, Infor, that can manage these very large operations. A lot of the hotels, a lot of the casinos still have gone down the path of having on premise, right? And it did allow us the opportunity to demonstrate, right, that there is a cloud company out there that can manage these very large operations in the cloud.
that's fantastic. To top it off, you even mentioned lightly mentioned picking up a sales and catering, sales and events. I'm sorry,
Yeah.
it's an old habit. Sales and events and a POS system, which I didn't even know you had di dove into the POS system until I recently heard of someone installing it or into that area.
Yeah.
Can you talk a little more bit about that?
I can. So, for instance, the first of all, the sales and events are in the hotel world, sales and catering, right? We went down the path of changing it up just a little bit because one of the marketplaces that we are in for our sales and event piece is entertainment and stadiums, right? So when we use some of the hotel verbiage, they kind of say, well, catering, no, that's really not in our specific market. So it's all about events. So we kind of use that term back and forth. And for sure, Infor wanted to go out and purchase a point of sale system. So we did that back in 2019, successful. When we purchased that product, it was primarily used in what I would call food service. It was in universities and healthcare and those areas. But as we've had the success in the gaming side, we decided last year that we would again develop the integrations to those larger casino management systems so that we could also offer a point of sale system in the application as well for that specific market. And you had mentioned, one of the hallmarks or trademarks of Infor hospitality is that very high level of customer satisfaction and customer support. Our teams do a great job in working with our customers. It's around the clock, 24 hours a day. And we have been very fortunate in maintaining a very high score as it relates to our software, whether or not that's the property management system or sales and events. We do very, very well. And we are looking forward to introducing our point of sale application into the gaming marketplace as well.
Fantastic. I gotta ask though, because you're talking about cloud and how great the cloud is. I'm a big believer in the cloud myself. I think a lot of people are in the industry. The people that aren't usually are in the regulatory bodies
They are,
that you
right?
deal with.
Yeah,
How are
exactly.
you handling that challenge going forward with some of these products?
So our cloud partner is AWS,
Mm,
and for is very heavily vested there, right? So they do provide us lots of infrastructure, lots of technical expertise on maintaining those applications. And within AWS, we also go through a very rigorous what we call a RCC or a release checklist. So as we are putting out brand new versions into the marketplace, we go through a very large process to ensure that the new version is secure. It is going to be able to be upgraded within a certain time period. We now have gone to the path of no downtime, right? So you can upgrade to a brand new version with very minimal impact, because we know that the hotel market, especially at the casinos, are 24 hours a day. So as we do those upgrades in the cloud, we have to make sure that it is easy and that we aren't disrupting the operations at the hotel. But for sure, AWS does help us a lot with that. And as it relates to the data, we know that there's a lot of sensitive data within the casinos, right? So we've taken the time, if a hotel wants to, they can mask a lot of the player card. They can mask a lot of the information and really make it available to just the team members at the hotel that really need to see that specific information in order to do their job better.
That's great. I mean, that 5 nines that I don't think we say it anymore, but that 5 nines of uptime is so much easier to achieve in the cloud. And
It is. It is. Our goal is 99.9, and right now we are at about 99.7. So we do very well there with all of our applications in the cloud. Yeah,
that's excellent. And on the cybersecurity side, I've always said the cloud's great because they have more experts than we do,
that's right.
on
Exactly.
protecting us. And so when the vendors go there, it always makes me happy.
That's
Um,
right.
because I
Exactly.
don't have to worry about the vendors having the same problem that I have,
Right.
know. Um,
Exactly.
so any closing thoughts about the future of Infor and what cool surprises and cool ideas and things that are coming out?
Sure. So I think when we look to the future or within the product management side, we talk about beyond tomorrow. Those things happen pretty quick. One of the things that we are working on, of course, we have the four various products along with the back office, right? And our goal is to allow hotels to use that data, integrate that data into a data lake or a data warehouse, right? It's really important for us to manage the actual data and make sure that hotels can use it. I think one of the biggest things that we're seeing in the hospitality marketplace for all of the market segments is data management, analytics, and the AI piece, right? The artificial intelligence, which we have been involved in the hotel side for many years, and I would use the term machine learning, right, where we can predict trends and we can predict a behavior just by looking at the past, right? But when you talk about AI, you really want to come up with something. Well, tell me something that I really don't know or I wasn't anticipating, right? And that could be something, as it relates to, if a revenue manager is looking to increase occupancy or increase rates, if I want to go out and I want to attract a promotion in the casino marketplace. Well, tell me who I should attract it to if I want to focus on that Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday night, right? Because perhaps my weekends are already full. And if I take the time to do the promotion for the weekends, I'm not going to have the space to be able to accommodate those people anyway. So we really do a lot of work on the analytics and trying to help hotels uncover patterns and trends that they really don't know about. Right? I think that's really where the industry will go, and using the technology in order to automate things. Whether or not that's planning or room assignments or giving offers or promotions. I really think that's really where the hospitality marketplace, John, is going towards, and will be a never-ending cycle. Hotels have been doing that for many years, and we are excited to help our customers do their business better. That's what it's all about.
No, that's great. I know that I have conversations on this kind of stuff all the time, especially when you talk along the lines of AI and
Yeah,
its ability to handle like when you look at yielding and things like that and making predictions and all these different things that we've done for years that the marketplace is sorely missing the ability to look at raw data coming
correct.
in.
Yes.
And, that structured data is always required for it to do something, but AI is changing that.
AI is changing that, and then we also, and it comes down to being able to formulate the data, storing it appropriately, right? So that if you're an actual analyst, well, that team of people loves to dive into it, right? They just love to get into the numbers and get into the databases and the tables and this and that. But if you are sometimes a manager, you would just rather type in a question, like I can do on chat GPT or something like that. So let the user type in a question in their own language and their own verbiage, and then let the system give a response back, right? That's really what we are attempting to do within AI as well.
That's great. It sounds like Infor is definitely headed in the right direction.
Yeah, thank you.
And well, David, thank you for spending some time with us today on GNL Voice. I'm John Cash Philippi, and we've all been talking with David Purcell, the VP of Global Products for Infor, and it's been a fantastic talk. I can't tell you how much I appreciate having you on.
Thanks very much, John. I appreciate it too. Thanks, everyone.